Hi guys, welcome to Coders tutorial. Today's topic is what's HTML and why we should use it. And in this case, at the end we'll create a hello world as well. So basically HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language, which is the most common used language for web designing, and it was created in 1991. Since then, we had multiple versions, for example, HTML, HTML2, HTML4, and recently HTML5. So in this video, we'll be using HTML4 and 5. So the next question is why it's necessary to use HTML. HTML is a requirement for web development sector. So if you are a software engineer or a beginner or a professional or want to go towards web development, then you should learn HTML. Plus, if you learn HTML, you can just create a simple website, become a web designer by learning HTML plus CSS, or understand how the websites works. For example, Google, Facebook and things like this. So you can still see how they have the HTML on the front end. So the other advantage of learning HTML is pretty easy to understand and learn compared to other languages. But because you have learned the basic idea how the languages work, it will help you for other languages like PHP, JavaScript, and many more. So what things we can do with HTML? For example, as you can see the page in the video right now, it says what is HTML, how to create a hello world is created by HTML. HTML, you can navigate through different websites. For example, we got Facebook, Google, or any other website where we click something and we go to the next page, or we display images, we display text, and multiple other things. Everything is done through HTML. HTML also has an offline support. So for example, if you have opened a page and it's loaded, so you don't need an internet anymore, you can just close the internet and review the content as long as you wish. Recently, HTML5 is also being used for game development, basically. So HTML5 have more features than HTML4, and they are being used for game development and including JavaScript, but that's later topics. So before you learn HTML, you should have a basic idea how computers really work. So in this case, for example, you should be familiar with a text editor, for example, Notepad, Notepad++. You should know how to create files, directories on computer, understand different extensions, for example, JPG, PNG, .html, and things like this. So basically, if you have a basic idea how computer works, then it's easy. Otherwise, you will not understand what extensions are and how to save it and how to open a file. But I'll show you everything in the next section. So as everything is mentioned, what is HTML? So let's go to creating a simple Hello World project. Okay, so basically, as you can see, I am using a text editor, but it's Sublime and it's free to download. We don't recommend you to use it if you are a beginner, because if you use it, it will help you basically display all the tags and you don't understand how each and every tag really works. But it doesn't matter. If end of the day you want to use Sublime, it's free. You can use it for personal use like student projects and things like this. It's not free for commercial use. So let's begin. So as I said before, HTML basically works with tags. So here we go. Tag 1 HTML, and then we say HTML close. So the basic idea of HTML is you open the tag and then you close the tag, and basically you can, so this thing, so this section here is basically a tag. that's the tag name, and we put a tag name inside this. So for example, HTML is the parent tag or the most important tag. You need to always type this first to begin doing any work. So in this case, we have used HTML. We'll move to the next step. The next two tags which we'll be using is, one is called head and the other one is called body. So basically, as you can just see from words, what they really mean is head and a body. Anything which is in head is not displayed to the visitor or the customer or viewer, whatever, but only title is being displayed. So for example, we say title. Again, as you can see, every tag has an open tag, and then we close the tag with a slash. So for example, in this case, we'll say hello world. Okay, so the next trick so for example, if you have opened this file in a notepad or something, so the next trick will be how to make it a web page. So the basic idea is, for example, if we create a new file, so new file, example this one, and when you save it, basically you always save it as an HTML extension. So in this case, it will be test.html. So as you can see, it's .html. That's the key important thing. If you don't save your file with an extension called .html, doesn't matter how you open it, you will never be able to open it as a web page. So you'll still be able to open it by a notepad, and you'll be like, why it doesn't work with web browser like shown in the video. So make sure when you save a file, you always save a file with an extension called .html. Again, once you save it and you still want to edit it, it's pretty simple. Just right click, open with the same editor you have been using. In my case, I'm using Sublime, so all I'll do now is just click that file and it opens for me. So let's save it and see the results. So go back to our Google page. Yeah, so as you can see, let's refresh. You can see I just removed the words, and there you go. You can see the title over there. It says Hello World. So as we just mentioned, Hello World, you type in title. That's the only thing a head tag shows to the customer or the viewer. Otherwise, it doesn't matter, whatever you type inside just doesn't appear. Okay, so again, we have an opening tag and a closing tag called body. So anything you do over here will be displayed to the customer or the visitor. So in this case, let's try with the paragraph. Again, we got multiple tags. P stands for paragraph, but still the same syntax. You open the tag, you need to close it. So in this case, text. Let's save it. Go back, refresh. There you go. You can see we just added a text. Okay, so there are multiple different tags. So all of them can be found in later videos or on our website. So if you can just go back to our website in the comments, in the description, sorry. In the description, you can see our website link. Just go there, search all of the HTML tags and with full details, but I'll still show you a few of them here. So for example, we got H1, H2, H3, H4, it goes till 6, so H5 and H6. So basically H stands for heading, and 1, 2, 3 is just a number of the font size. So number 1 is the greatest, or you can say the largest font size, and number 6 is the smallest. So heading 1, heading 2, sorry, 2, heading 3, heading 4, heading 5, heading 6. There you go. Save again. So sorry, I'm not showing you how I'm saving. So the idea is, again, if you are used to computer, you should already know is Control S on Windows and Command X on MacBooks. So, or you have another option. If you're not used to shortkeys, you can just go on the right corner of any file and choose File and Save. So I'll just use Control S for now, and let's see the results. Refresh. There you go. You can see heading 1, heading 2, 3, 4. As mentioned before, it's headings, but number 1 is, with a bigger text than number 6. As mentioned, as I said before, that you always have to close a tag, but remember, there are few rare tags where you don't need to close them. Example will be an image tag. So as you can see, there is no close tag. So basically, this tag itself is a tag. You can't write anything inside this tag. The same goes with BR, and there are a few others, but again, it's not much of them. So what happens is, paragraph is a tag, and you close it, and what's inside it stays inside. So any effect which you put on paragraph will only go on this section. Same goes with these headings. So anything which is inside H1 and ends with an H1 will have an effect of H1. For example, H5 has an effect, is affecting H5. In this case, image doesn't have any. For example, we don't do this. We never do it. So basically, it doesn't work. It doesn't work that way because image has everything inside these brackets. It doesn't go out of it. Same goes with BR. It's a single line tag. You can't add anything. There are a few other tags which you can use. For example, we got div to basically divide. Div, as you can see, div already stands for divide sections. We got span. Yeah. So basically, this is just dividing the text between. So for example, if you have a long syntax or long paragraph, you can just still use them to divide the text between different lines. And in later version, you'll see how you can use CSS to basically style them. Again, so for today, we'll be just staying with Hello World, and that's it for today. As mentioned before, if you want to learn more, please subscribe and hit the bell icon to get our latest updates. And please visit our website to get more details. See you later. Bye.